Alright guys, back to another episode of Ace Attorney Investigations. Miles Edgeworth. Last time, getting Larry off the hook, but it turns out that statues were swapped and people's bloods were on the other side. I'm just like, how did this happen? Anyway, this episode we're gonna continue on with the middle part of this investigation. So I've left the Mass 2 investigation to Franciscan and returned to Babel. I suppose my first order of business should be to take a look into the Babel statue. Mr. Edgeworth! So, okay, what's the situation? Oh, it's great. Investigating is so much fun. In other words, they made absolutely no progress whatsoever. Damn it, Gumshoe, I'm deducting your pay again.
We weren't goofing off, honest, sir. We've been investigating our hearts out.
Oh, very well then. Will you care to give me an update on investigation?
Oh, we had a really fun time, sir.
I'm deducting your pay to oblivion. I knew it. Zero progress. Any case, Detective Gumshoe.
Yes, sir.
You have permission to enter the Alabastian Embassy, is that correct?
Oh, yup. As a local detective, I'm helping out with the investigations on both sides, sir.
Good. In that case, I can leave these pieces of evidence with you. These evidence were given to them. They belong to the lady under the Pink Princess's mask.
Oh, the Pink Princess? What kind of lady was playing her, sir?
The kind that was also playing the role of the Pink Badger yesterday.
Understood, sir. If I happen to run into her, I'll give them back to her. And if I don't, then I guess I'll unload them somewhere.
He doesn't seem like all that enthused to go find her, but I can't blame him. Evidence has lost their value given to Detective Gumshoe. Sure, they have lost their value. Now, I don't believe I'll be needing this anymore either. Nani, are you really going to throw that autograph away? Yes, because the Steel Samurai was a fake. It's scrunched up into a ball and disposed of. Wait, what? What do you mean by fake? Now then, I believe it's time for a little housekeeping. Necessary evidence has been removed. Remaining evidence has been rearranged. Ooh. What kind of evidence is being rearranged? Ah, these things. I still don't know what these passion flowers do, though. It's still kinda... yeah, it's still kinda off. Same goes for the Babyliss ink, the counterfeit bills, including the Babyliss knife handle. Anyway, let's I'm gonna talk to Gumshoe.
Mr. Edgeworth.
You look like you're enjoying yourself, Detective.
Well, I don't have much else I can enjoy as much as a good investigation, sir.
So what did you find out?
Oh, well,
I take it he has found nothing of particular use, as usual.
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, I got something really interesting from Ambassador Palliano.
Oh, what is this something interesting?
This, sir.
Well, that's so pretty. I'm jealous. That's a real treasure there. Why does that flame burn green, Detective?
So apparently if you burn the special white crystal oil, it not only make it in Babel, it burns its green colors, sir.
Interesting. So it's a special property of the oil. I suppose this is a ploy to force people to visit Babel should the oil run out. Hey Gummy, what's this all about these silhouettes?
They stuck some cutouts on the outside of the lantern so we project the images.
Oh? Silhouettes, huh? They are really rather pretty, aren't they? Wait, what am I doing? I was supposed to be asking for an update on the investigation.
Hey, what's wrong, sir?
There's something I want to investigate for me. Do you think you could do that much?
Uh-huh. You got it, sir.
Hey, that's not fair. Why is Gummy getting to do all the fun stuff?
Oh, well, that's because I'm Mr. Edgeworth's partner.
I can't believe you took advantage of the confusion and stole my role as assistant. I expect the two of you to get along and work together like professionals on this. Burn screen. It's a Babyliss souvenir. What about you? What you gotta say?
Oh, so you're back now, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, you must be tired. Oh, here with this, you can eat whatever you like.
And these are...
Oh, discount tickets for our cafeteria. They open tomorrow at 10 in the morning.
I appreciate the concern, however these coupons do nothing for me right now. This open-air stage, what function does it serve exactly?
Oh, normally we use it for a variety of events. It's all to attract the extra bit of attention to Babel. I heard that tonight over in the Alabastian Rose Garden, Ambassador Albert was supposed to give a speech. And you know what? Manny told me that I really should give a speech too.
Mr. Cochin told you that.
Oh, yes, he did. Which is why I thought he should give a speech of my own. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to.
Because of the fire that Yatagarasu started?
Exactly.
Ambassador Pallier, I would like to ask you a little more about the primitive statues.
Oh, I see. Let me ask you this. Did you know that Alabast and Babel used to be one country called Codopia?
Yes, I know that much about your history.
Well, the primitive statue belonged to the founders of Codopia. At least that's how the story goes. I was bequeathed unto the king of Codopia as a symbol of the country's wealth.
So it was meant to be as a symbol of sovereignty. And the right to rule, I take it.
Oh, yes, that's right. Which is why both countries are so adamant about their claim. We hold the real statue, therefore we hold tight to the real rule is the reasoning. It's pretty petty when you think about it, though, I suppose.
But if Alabas and Babel were to re-establish relations, shouldn't that put an end to the squabbling over the statue?
I have no reason to believe so. But the primitive statue is even more important now as is the key to diplomacy.
I wonder if Ambassador Palliano knows about what has happened to the very important key to diplomacy. Actually, I should try showing him the key and see what it has yet to say about it. There's one thing I'd like to ask you about, Ambassador.
Oh, yes, and don't worry, and you can ask me more than that. Just one thing, how about 2 or 3? In exchange, I expect you to come to Babel, yes?
Thank you, but one thing is all I require. Manny Cochin, I'd like to ask you about this man who was your secretary.
Oh, that's personal. Oh, sure, I'll tell you what I know.
Well, thank you for your cooperation, Ambassador.
He was, well, if I had to put in one word, he was an able man. If there was anything I needed as an ambassador, he was able to get it for me. To think that a man like that had a hand in smuggling ring right under my nose if you go completely unnoticed. Actually, because he was an able man, I was unable to detect his dirty dealings.
Sounds like Mr. Cochin had a very sharp mind.
Recently, Manny has been really busy. And since I became Babel's representative at the Kochi Unification Council, he's been working tirelessly to cover my work for me.
I'm sorry, but what is this Country Unification Council?
Oh, well, you see, tonight's events proceeded without a hitch. Our 2 countries were to reunify and become one again. And I guess that's how things turned out. The dream won't be realized anytime soon.
I suppose not. I think we have to present a statue. Master Paladin, please take a look at this for me. The primitive statue sitting on Alabas right now actually belongs to Babel.
So it would appear. I received a call from Miss Von Karma about this earlier.
Then you will understand why I wish to inspect the Babel's primitive statue immediately. Because the statue currently in your country's possession.
That's why I've already inspected it myself. And it's definitely Alabas statue. Oh no, that because it's the real statue.
And then you're saying that the Babel's was a replica.
I'm embarrassed to say if it's true, even though I knew that someday it would be exposed. I received many orders from the leaders of battle. I was negotiating with the Ambassador Alba at this very event. I was aiming to negotiate with him and fix the results of the evaluation tonight. To say that we could not determine which statue was the real one.
Hold it! Why are you telling me this?
Well, because you already figured it out. Our statue is just a hollow gold shell. Even if Babel were to lose face, the reunification of the country is what's important. I'm right thinking that, aren't I? I'm not making a mistake, right?
If you don't know that yourself, then I won't pretend to know either.
I never thought I'd be betrayed by my own secretary. The real symbol of wealth would be given to me. Isn't it simply ironic? Hey, where are you going? Are you heading back to Alabas?
Yes, but before I do so, I suppose I should give you a summary of what's happened. This happened, and this happened, an old lady happened, and Larry happened, and blah blah blah.
Oh, I see. There's been a murder in both countries using an object from the other country.
That's the gist of it. Babel is just as strict as Alabas in their inspection of the people and things that enter their country. Meaning that somehow both murder weapons were smuggled into two countries. And that's the only logical conclusion that can be drawn. Perhaps the key to this weapon smuggling is the person who traversed both countries.
Could it... I feel like there's gonna be a second person involved for sure. I mean, the fake Yatagarasu?
In one way or another, the Yatagarasu is connected to this. I am very sure. Now then, where was the Yatagarasu first spotted?
I believe it was the Rose Garden Alabastian side of the embassy. The garden's just on the other side of this boundary. It's where Ambassador Alba was able to give a speech tonight. At least that's where I heard the Yatagarasu had appeared, if I'm concerned.
In that case, I believe it's vital that I investigate the Rose Garden post-haste.
Huh. Wait, before you go, take a look at this, Mr. Edgeworth.
Nani? What is it?
My guess is that it's just a guitar pick. I just picked it up just now over there. Do you think it'll be any of use?
There is little water on it, but how did water get on it? It doesn't look like there's anything that could get wet from around here.
I was just thinking, they have concerts here in this open-air stage from time to time, right?
Alright, fine. I'll find its owner later.
A pick. It looks also wet for some reason. Oh yeah, there's one more thing. Mr. Edgeworth, would you be willing to hold on to this?
What is it?
This Muse perfume. It's the bottle that woman left behind, and that I found 7 years ago. I thought that one day it'd be some use in tracking her down, so I kept it safe all this time.
Well, thank you. I'd be honored to hold it on it for you.
Huh. Damn, she kept it for 7 years. Okay.
How is the investigation going in Babbly's Secretariat office, Kay?
Well, even though we found a few treasures, they all been pretty much burnt to a crisp. A treasure is a terrible thing to waste.
Anyway, is there anything else I should know about?
Oh, that's right. You know what I found in the office? A wooden bear carving. It's so cute. Can I have it, huh? Can I?
No, of course you can't. By the sound of things, it appears that there's been no progress in the investigation.
What do you have to say? Oh, they just disappeared. Having a real time cleaning up after fire.
Am I supposed to just stay out of the way and investigate the stage some more then?
Just looking at these scaffolds make me want to climb them.
I recommend that you do not try. There was a fire burning here not too long ago.
Yeah, but I think in enough time has passed, it should be alright. Thief Child says, if there's a height to be scaled, then it's scaled if you must.
Starting from Thief Child, would you care to explain what you just said? There is a sign here warning passersby to take precautions around the renovation site.
They're really going all out, huh? There's construction going on everywhere.
I believe Ambassador Pelliano said it will attract more tourists and visitors.
Well, what can they do with the new stuff they're building? Hey, what do you think they should do, Mr. Edgeworth?
How about transforming it into a courthouse?
Hey, be serious here.
But I was being serious. It would appear that the stage is also scheduled to be renovated.
You know, I would love to perform on stage like this. It's been like the Great Thief show.
I should think it would be a bad idea for a thief to show their face to the world. Bags full of cement powder are stacked up here. I suppose they're here for the renovation.
Yeah, because I don't smell a drop of gold here or any other treasure for that matter.
Okay, the only scent you should detect in a place like this is the smell of sweat. The smell of sweat? That's Gummy's coat, isn't it? I think you might be mistaken. Besides, that was a bit rude, wasn't it?
Was not. I was just trying to say that Gummy was a really hard worker. The fact that you took my sentence completely the wrong way makes you rude.
Me? Rude? Huh. Perish the thought. A variety of tools are laid out here. I assume they're for the renovation work.
Hey, it's a wheelbarrow.
You mean a wheelbarrow?
Yeah, it makes it so much sense in my way. Ancient people probably wheeled barrows, right?
I highly doubt that's where the word came from.
Just let me have it for once, okay?
Alright, I think we can finally...
Hey, do you detect the scent of treasure coming from this bush?
The scent of treasure? Not at all.
Huh, Mr. Edgeworth, you're totally not with it.
I'm totally not with it.
No, it's important for both thieves and prosecutors to be energetic.
Perhaps for a thief like you, but that level of energy is unbecoming of a prosecutor.
You really think so, huh? That prosecutor we met at Gatewater Land seemed to be pretty active.
Well, he's not a prosecutor anymore. See how everything just naturally balances out? It's the national flag of Babel. It features the country's butterfly crest.
Using a butterfly as a national symbol makes Babel just seem so cute. It goes along perfectly with Ambassador Palliano's smiling face.
And what about the flower of Alabas?
Well, by the looks of Ambassador Alba, it almost seems like the poor flower needs to be watered.
I suppose an ambassador is the face of a country, but Kay's literally being too literal about this.
Has anything changed in this room?
These flowers are sent by Global Studios.
Christ, my frickin' mic is being iffy again.
Okay.
Global Studios?
That's where they filmed the Steel Samurai television show. They have been producing hit after hit recently, so the studio's being remodeled.
Oh, I read about that in the papers the other day. That mascot of theirs is also getting a facelift too, right? What's its name?
You mean Mrs. Monkey?
Yeah, I thought it was something like that. You really have a great memory.
Huh. Never underestimate the powers of recollection. There's a flat panel, a VCR, and a row of Steel Samurai videos on this table.
Aren't they worried that if they leave the tapes out on the table like that, the Yatagarasu will make off with them?
I honestly doubt that the Yatagarasu would want to steal the Steel Samurai videotapes.
Ah, but that's where you're wrong. The fake Yatagarasu may not want to steal them. But if you never know with the real Yatagarasu...
Please stop eyeing the tapes with that look of want in your eyes, Kay. We saw the show just beyond these doors, but it's quite a number of hours now.
Sir Edgeworth, have I ever told you talk like an old fogey?
I was merely reminiscent. Is that such a crime?
Damn, we're just getting roasted. These are some nice flowers. I wonder who they're from. Gatewater Imperial Hotel. Where is this, Mr. Edgeworth?
Ah, it's an ultra-luxurious hotel that sponsors the Steel Samurai series. I've been there once to investigate a case.
Oh, what kind of case was it?
I believe it was related to the Nickel Samurai and the Jammin Ninja.
Oh, I remember reading about that. He must be the head of the Steel Samurai affairs down at the prosecutor's office, huh?
I should think that even if you could figure such an office does not exist, Kay. I can see the courtyard in the Alabastrian Embassy through this window.
It's a really stately and a pretty embassy, isn't it? Especially that chimney. Just looking at it makes me want to sneak my way in. Kind of like how Santa does it.
Huh.
Hey, are you alright? What's wrong, Mr. Edgeworth?
I'm beginning to think you may have what it takes to become a royal troublemaker.
Am I supposed to go through here?
I think I'll be returning to the investigation in Alabas now, but...
I know. I'll go back to Babel and do some more investigating there.
Rose Garden. Ooh. I see you're back, Miles Edgeworth. Oh, I mean,
See, you're back, Miles Edgeworth. How things in Babel? Although I can't really say I expect much from Scruffy and that girl.
the investigation onto Manny Koten's death hasn't really progressed any. However, the investigation to the Yatagarasu has.
Ah, yes, the Yatagarasu. Even now I find it hard to believe. A person who can freely traverse between the two countries at will? Pfft. Preposterous.
It's possible, though. Well, that's what I came here to investigate. I heard that this is where the witnesses claim to have seen the Yatagarasu.
That's correct. Ambassador Alba was to give a speech here tonight in Alabas. And that's when the Yatagarasu appeared. The shadow of the mysterious thief appeared, and just as suddenly, it vanished. And after that, there was the fire at the Babalese embassy that the Yatagarasu started.
I vow that not a single feather from the Yatagarasu shall escape my diligence. Alright. We got a bunch of shit to worry about.
I want to know if, like, there's anything suspicious here. Start from right to left.
There's a overturned spotlight here.
When the Yatagarasu appeared, the audience that was waiting for the speech to start panicked. I suppose that's when someone must have knocked it over.
I'm having a tough time visualizing the mass confusion that took place here.
I thought to use my whip to capture the Yatagarasu. However, there were many people in my way, and I was unable to land a single lash.
I suppose this means that other poor saps were hit instead? Possible that the Yatagarasu hid in these bushes.
Of course not, they're not real rose bushes. You've been spending so much time with Scruffy and that girl, they're rubbing off on you. But it's alright, I'll wake you up out of your stupor. Whoops. And the next time you feel like sleep talking, remember that I'll whip you for real.
All I try to do is offer up a possibility. And this is what I get, huh?
More whips incoming for us, I guess.
Roses scatter on the surface of the water, creating a pleasant fragrance.
It's not just for aesthetics. The pool's water is also used in putting out fires.
I see. Oh. The pool stopped filling itself automatically.
The fountain spouts are set to stay open until the pool's water level reaches a certain level.
If this water is used to put out fires, I suppose it must be refilled in its normal level. Which suggests that this pool was recently used in somehow in this embassy. I guess I'll take some notes about it just in case.
Auto refills the water when the water level is too low. Oh, what the fuck? Ugh, what the fuck are you doing here, Larry? Ah! How dare you surprise me like that? I'm sorry. Hey, Edgy, thank you for what you did back there.
Your gratitude alone is enough. But more importantly, Larry, this pool is not for your personal enjoyment.
I know that. Do you really think I'm the type to just jump into a pool and swim around for fun? Yes.
Objection!
Alright then, did you by any chance fall into the pool?
Nice guess, but no dice. So you know my son, right, Edgy?
Your son?
I guess I kinda lost sight of him when I shook hands with the ambassador. And I'm pretty sure he was around here when I last saw him. You imbecile, how can you be so flippant at a time like this? What are you gonna do if your son fell into the pool? And how old is this child of yours anyway? Huh? Oh, how old is he again? I totally don't remember.
Larry, this is the first time I've heard of a son. Well, who exactly is the mother?
The mother? Oh, that chick, the pink princess. The pink princess?
Hold it!
Hold it. Miss Von Karma, I was a bit confused by that man's words for a bit there. However, I believe what he's looking for is the doll of the Iron Infant.
Yep, because I'm the Seal Samurai through and through, heart and soul. And the Iron Infant's my cute little son. You have given a whole new meaning to the phrase, an astounding fool.
Larry, we have not seen hide nor hear of the Iron Infant. But rest assured, if we should find him, we'll let you know. Now get the hell out of here. Sounds good. In that case, I'll just search over there. Hey, wait! Oh. Alright, fine then. Well, it's not as if he'll get very far swimming around in that pool. And though he's unrelated to the murders, he sure knows how to cause a lot more trouble. So this is where Ambassador Albert was to give his speech.
The speech was set up nicely. However, where was the audience supposed to sit?
Perhaps they were just to sit around the edge of the pool. Maybe they just stand like an idiot. Of course.
That's such poor planning. If there was no place other than the spot or two by the pool, then they really should have made seating arrangements like the gallery set up in court.
Indeed. You can sense the consideration for the viewers was taken with those.
So in the end, the speaker and his audience were just to stand here the whole time, huh?
Yes. Though I suspect the audience would have liked to sit down after a while.
True.
This statue bears a resemblance to the Primadux statue.
The plaque says King Primadux is in the battlefield. In order to save the queen, King Primadux put his life on the line and went to war.
So Primadux was actually a person of royal blood. Thought he was simply imitating a character from an ancient legend.
Well, what's surprising me is that the real person who looks like the Steel Samurai existed.
I suppose there's that too. There are some beautiful roses here. They appear to be well maintained.
You're being too nice, Miles Edgeworth. The arrangement is devoid of any design sense. Roses only truly shine when they are grouped by one color per location. They lose their beauty when they're all mixed together like this.
I can't tell if she's being sarcastic or not, but on second thought, there's a rather serious look on her face. I better leave it be.
You should really rethink the proper balance of these roses.
Of all the people to comment on the proper balance of all things.
Alright, fine, Lang. What do you have to say for yourself?
Have you finished checking out by all the bystanders?
Oh, yes, sir. And we found 14 counts of pickpocketing, 16 counts of illegal parking, and 1 person ran a light, sir.
Don't tell me you didn't find out anything related to the case. Goddamn idiots.
Yeah, not a single thing, sir.
Well, for now, let's just get those lawbreakers down to the precinct. Agent Lang. Well, if it isn't Mr. Prosecutor, I would just like to thank you for your assistance earlier. Make no mistake, it's not like I was trying to help you with what I did. After I left, did you receive word from Ambassador Albert? Oh my god, the highway is...
The police! Shut up, police!
We're to wrap out our bodyguard assignment at the end of today. Oddly enough, we received word from HQ to return home on an urgent matter. As if I can be so easily called away from this case after I've come so far. I swear that I'll find the truth and drag it out screaming to the light. You're with me on that, right, Mr. Prosecutor? You were working as Ambassador Alba's bodyguard at the time. So naturally, you witnessed it when the Yatagarasu appeared, correct? Yeah, I saw the thief, alright, with my own 2 eyes. The Yatagarasu was always there, lurking in the shadows. But when the spotlights were turned on for Ambassador Alba's speech, a shadow appeared. That's when the cries of, "It's the Yatagarasu" rang out. The next second, the spotlight went out. And by the time we got the area lit again, the deaf thief had already vanished. When we investigated afterwards, we found that the reasons the lights went out was because someone had unplugged the extension plug for all the outdoor electronics, when there was someone doing it on purpose, or simply a guest who had tripped over it. We don't know. But one thing is for certain. The Yatagarasu was here. So you're saying that. Basically, all you saw was this deep silhouette. Yes, Langzi says so.
Objection!
Oh, if all you saw was a shadow, then it's entirely possible that the shadow belonged to someone else.
Heh, good thinking, Sassy. You might just be right. If it weren't for the fact that there was no one else with that shape. Not among the staff or the audience members. My men have already done a thorough check of everyone, so I know I'm right. Someone else's shadow. That sounds like a plausible hypothesis.
Is there anything else we can do?
How's the investigation proceed on your end?
Slag Z says it's top secret.
If you're gonna
Imitate your superior, at least do it very well.
I don't believe he believes in accidental leakage of information. I suppose Ambassador Alba sat in his chair.
Ambassador Alba is very elderly. The chair was prepared for him should he have gone tired during his speech.
In that case, why didn't he plan to make his speech sitting down in the first place?
The ambassador is also quite prideful, that's why.
He sounds like my old principal from grade school, who would speak at assemblies.
Is there anything else here? I don't think there is. We got everything we need. I think we have to go back. I don't see anything useful up to this point, so... Can't go through the door here. Alright, let's go down? Or... Okay, we don't got anything. Tonight, in this very rose garden, the Alabastian ambassador Cucurs Alba was to give a commemorative speech. A very key commemorative speech at that. And including Agent Lang, the security detail was very tight. But as if to mock our efforts, the Yatagarasu appears. And then just like that, the thief vanishes and starts a fire in the Babbly's embassy.
Interesting. And you are sure it was the Yatagarasu appeared here?
Of course. To get such slip-by-touch tight security. And then disappear into thin air. Oops, oh my bad, what did she say? We will need to conduct a very thorough investigation of this area.
Yes, my thoughts exactly. Or to find out the truth about what happened here. I should start by gathering as much info as I can.
I'm trying to figure out what else am I missing.
A statue of a woman. I wonder if the lady is pouring water.
Oh, I didn't get to touch that statue? It says that the statue is the queen who spoke up love to King Primadux. Well, Miles Edgeworth, it seems that you are lousy at reading a woman's heart.
I opened my mouth about a statue. She somehow made the leap to that. Huh. The suddenly appearing and disappearing shadow of the Yatagarasu. Believe I figured out his true origin.
I expected no less from my somewhere, and let's hear what you know on the subject. What would really cast a shadow of the Yatagarasu? There are lights... Maybe the statue? I mean...
Take that!
The suddenly appearing and disappearing shadow of the Yatagarasu. Is it not possible that it was created by this statue?
Objection!
Are you playing me for a fool, Miles Edgeworth? This statue bears absolutely no resemblance to the shadow of the Yatagarasu.
You are correct. However, this statue is but one part of the whole picture.
What do you mean by only one part?
What is the other part to the real form, the Yatagarasu's shadow? Is the other statue? I mean, both spotlights are on the bottom, so.
Take that!
It's another statue. The Yatagarasu shadow was made from the shadows of these two statues.
Made? What do you mean by that?
Right now, the spotlights are all over the place. This is because they were moved when the guests were in panic state. I'll review to restore the lights where they were when the thief appeared.
You believe that the two shadows will create the Yatagarasu shadow?
Precisely. Now then, what does I reveal the true form of the Yatagarasu? First, if we set up a spotlight to cast a shadow of King Primnux in battlefield, the shadow of the King statue would appear on the backdrop of the stage. Likewise, if we set up a light on the Queen who spoke of love to King Primnux, her silhouette also appear on the backdrop of the stage.
So if you were to combine the two statues, it looks nothing like the Yatagarasu shadow. Miles Edgeworth, how do you explain their grotesque shape?
Calm down, Francisca. The way the light needs to be shown on the Queen's statue is wrong.
What do you mean by that?
I believe the whole point of the King's shadow is to be used for this work. However, in the case of the Queen, I don't believe her whole shadow is needed. Rather, the person who created the shadow only used one part of her shadow.
Only one part?
Yes, and that one part alone is enough to fill in the rest of the Yatagarasu shadow.
Why did you say that in the first place?
You're right. I apologize. That one part of the Queen was used to complete the Yatagarasu shadow. Is it the head, right?
Take that!
That is that part.
How exactly should we shine the light on this part to complete the shadow? It's because I can't see how this would fit in at all.
Ugh. Alright, perhaps I was wrong here. I'm gonna save just in case because I'm about to lose another life.
God damn it, game.
Francisca's not there. We should be shining a light about a different location.
Miles Edgeworth, why are you withholding the correct information from me?
Whoops. Gah. Please forgive my transgression.
Very well, just don't mess up again. Take us the hand, no?
Take that!
Think back to what is missing in our shadow. 5 long, thin areas, correct? Now, what does that remind you of?
Huh.
That's right, it can only be the shadow of the Queen's left hand. Francisca, can we please adjust the spotlight's position so that it only shines on the Queen's left hand?
Alright, then let's give it a try and see what we get.
Huh.
It's...
Yeah, this is exactly how like the shadow I saw. The culprit must have changed the spotlight's positioning beforehand, and then pulled the plug after people saw what the culprit wanted them to see. In their panic, the guests must have moved the spotlights around.
So basically, they could have just done this anytime they want, no?
Which we can assume that was also part of the culprit's plan. By the time the lights came back on, the Yatagarasu's shadow had vanished, which means that the shadow was a construct from the very beginning.
Which means shadow was a construct from the very beginning. Oh my god, I'm messing up my words.
So you see, the Yatagarasu never did visit the Alabasta tonight. The only country that the thief visited was Babel, although it can only be assumed that the Yatagarasu had an accomplice in Alabasta.
An accomplice? But who?
I haven't figured out yet, but I assume it was the person who set up the shadow show. I sense that the biggest clue is yet to solve in this case is the existence of this accomplice. HP restored. How's the investigation going? Oh. Detective Bat, have you come to join in on the investigating the Yatagarasu? I've left the murder in Agent Lang's charge. And my only target from the very beginning is the Yatagarasu. So yes. So, what have you found out? I got a piece of evidence. May I see it? Sure, but you might regret it.
We're here because we are ready to face whatever may come. So if you please.
When people heard the commotion, bystanders started gathering, and one woman claimed, "I'm telling ya, I'm a genuine international journalist." She gave me an interesting picture. Journalist? Well, actually, she's a freelance cameraman. This is the photo I got from her. Don't tell me it's a lot of heart. Shadow? What in the world? What the? Shadow?
The Yatagarasu's flying through the air.
The times, they are changing. It's not just man. But the evidence even they lied to us now. When was this photo taken? Apparently right after the fires on the 4th and 5th floors were put out. It was taken from a nearby building that you can see the embassy from. I see, so this was taken after the fire, huh? The blur in this picture took off from the Babylonis embassy. Flew over the boundary, headed for the embassy of Alabasta.
Objection!
This is simply not possible. People are incapable of flight.
Is that a fact? I've had the pleasure of dealing with a case involving a flying person once.
Actually, come to think of it, I've come across like that too. As well, too, actually. From that annoying Phoenix fucking Wright, but let's not talk about him.
Maybe it just happens more than often than we think. Am I up to the task to solve the mystery behind this photograph? Well, the Yatagarasu took off from the Babylonis embassy, so I should start from there. Francisca, I need to return to the Babel investigation for a bit.
Alright then.
Goodbye. So the Yatagarasu was just a shadow.
The calling card was just sent that threw everyone off and made them assume things.
It's possible that all the events were part of the overall plan. I'm going to continue the investigating on the Alabastrian side. And you two, as they always say, don't do anything stupid, alright?
I wonder if he's alright. It's unusual for him to be so nice.
I think it's simply that he's concerned for our well-being, Francisca.
I'll continue my investigating on this side of the building.
Alright, but I'm counting on you.
Welcome back, Mr. Edgeworth. Now come on, let's get back to investigation.
Yes, let's.
Not a show. Not number of shows, but I told you to talk like it. Okay. I think we gotta check back here. Right here. The room has not changed at all since then. I think at all that running around, we're back to right where we started.
It would appear that way.
Hi, Mr. Edgeworth. Have you found Manny's killer yet?
I'm terribly sorry, Ambassador Perrin, but I have yet to find this killer.
And I guess his murder really was the work of the Yatagarasu. Let's get this one thing straight. It was the work of the fake Yatagarasu. The real Yatagarasu is a noble vigilante who was only out to steal the truth. Miss Faraday, please don't make such a sad face. If there's anything I could do for you, all you have to do is ask, alright? Mr. Palliano.
Actually, there is one thing you can do. Will you allow us to take another look around? We didn't have enough time to conduct a thorough investigation earlier.
Oh, sure. Please feel free to investigate to your heart's content.
Also, a few questions I'd like to ask you personally, Ambassador.
It will bring a smile back to Miss Faraday's face, then I'll gladly answer anything. Thank you, Mr. Palliano. You're a total gentleman. Ha ha ha, you don't have to waste such nice words on me, little miss. Hey, Sir Palliano.
Those two sure got chummy awfully quick.
You know it's easy to say we're going to investigate, but where should we even begin?
Probably start by comparing the state of this room before and after the fire. And we consider looking into the matter of the suspicious person you spotted.
Yeah, when I came into this room, the person was already gone. I'm willing to bet that the person was chasing is Mr. Kochin's killer.
We don't know that yet, but however, it's hard to believe that person is unrelated. Furthermore, because the key of the Yatagarasu stole 7 years ago was found here, it signals that perhaps Miss Yu is also somehow involved.
I knew it. That woman is almost definitely Miss Kochin's killer.
And yet again, we don't know that. There are too many mysteries to be solved here. Speaking of Yatagarasus and mysteries, I received a most mysterious photo from Detective Bad.
Uncle Bad? He's taking part in investigation too?
Yes, he's been chasing after the Yatagarasu for all these years.
Uncle Bad.
Now, I was told that this photo was taken just after the fire.
What, Nani? This looks kind of like the person in the long coat I was chasing. Does this mean I was chasing the fake Yatagarasu after all?
I don't know the answer to your question, but I don't think people can fly either.
But this could be how the person escaped.
Well, we need to investigate a bit more before we can say anything about that. In any case, let's not dawdle anymore and pick up our investigation where we left off. Alright. This is the real Primitive statue.
This is really valuable, right?
That's what they say.
Hold it!
Okay, you're not seriously considering the theft of this statue, are you?
Oh, no way, Mr. Edgeworth. I wasn't thinking about anything like that. I was just calculating in my head how much the statue's worth.
That sounds mighty suspicious to me.